Have you ever seen a building that looks more like a work of art than something people actually use? Or one that feels like it's floating in the sky? What about a library that feels more futuristic than anything in sci-fi movies, or a structure that looks like a giant picnic basket? These aren't made up. They're very real. And today we're counting down the 15 most beautiful buildings that took creativity to another level. And trust us, when you see that massive sphere in the US, your jaw's gonna drop. Let's start off with number 15, the Oasis Towers. The Oasis Towers in Al Rashidia, Ajman, feel like the kind of place you'd accidentally wander into and think, there's no way this is real. Rising 36 floors, these twin towers overlook both the city skyline and the calm flow of the Hamadiya waterway. From the outside, the design is sleek and modern, but step inside, and it's all about luxury. Whether it's a studio apartment or a 3-bedroom suite, each unit is packed with high-end finishes, smart layouts, and full-length windows that flood the space with natural light. You'll find a fully equipped gym, a pristine swimming pool, a built-in supermarket, 6 levels of podium parking, and 24/7 security. And pets, totally welcome. Concierge services are on standby. Elevators are lightning fast, and everything just works. These towers don't just house people, they offer a lifestyle. The whole vibe feels less like apartment living and more like checking into a 5-star hotel, only you never have to check out. Number 14, Walt Disney Concert Hall. In downtown Los Angeles, the Walt Disney Concert Hall looks like metal frozen mid-dance. Designed by legendary architect Frank Gehry, the building's stainless steel curves shimmer under sunlight like a wave of liquid silver. But it's not just about the looks. Step inside and you're wrapped in some of the best acoustics on the planet. Every seat in the vineyard-style layout feels intentionally placed, giving the audience an immersive audio experience. The sound here doesn't just echo, it breathes. Acoustical engineer Yasuhisa Toyota helped craft the space so perfectly that musicians say it's like playing inside a living instrument. The hall isn't just a feast for the ears, it's a visual journey too, with warm wooden walls and soft lighting that make it feel almost otherworldly. Whether you're into classical symphonies or modern performances, this place turns every concert into a cinematic moment. It's more than a venue, it's a bold architectural symphony that makes you feel like you're sitting inside the music itself. Number 13, the Gilder Center. Well, let's be real, the Richard Gilder Center in New York looks less like a museum and more like a canyon sculpted by time. Part of the U.S. Museum of Natural History, this architectural wonder was crafted by Studio Gang and opened in 2023. Its 6-story atrium, the Kenneth C. Griffin Exploration Atrium, feels like a natural rock formation with curving bridges and flowing concrete walls created using a method called shotcrete. The result? A space that feels alive. Inside, you'll find exhibits that push the boundaries of curiosity, an insectarium buzzing with life, a butterfly vivarium with lush tropical plants, and invisible worlds, a multi-sensory dive into life beyond human perception. The building doesn't just house nature, it mimics it. Light filters in from unexpected angles, creating a calm, cavernous atmosphere that invites exploration. Every wall, arch, and edge blends form and function. The Gilder Center isn't just a new addition, it's a statement piece for science, architecture, and the wonder of the natural world. Number 12, Umeda Sky Building. In Osaka's bustling cityscape, the Umeda Sky Building rises like a sci-fi relic from the future. It's not just tall, it's 2 separate 40-story towers fused at the top by a floating garden observatory. Designed by Hiroshi Hara, this architectural marvel connects both towers with aerial bridges and glass escalators that stretch across open air. Riding them feels like you're moving through the clouds. At the very top, the 360-degree observatory offers panoramic views of Osaka's skyline, especially magical during sunset. The rooftop isn't just a viewpoint, it's a full-on garden in the sky with plants, pathways, and places to sit and soak in the scenery. Head downstairs, and the basement flips the mood completely, designed like a nostalgic Showa-era street, packed with cozy food joints and retro vibes. This building isn't just about height, it's about contrast. Futuristic views are on top, historical throwbacks are below, and in between. One unforgettable ride through air, architecture, and imagination. Number 11. Atomium. The Atomium doesn't just break the mold, it tosses it straight into orbit. Built for the 1958 Brussels World Expo, this colossal structure looks like a giant iron molecule on steroids. Standing at 102 meters tall, its 9 steel spheres are connected by tubes you can actually travel through. Designed by engineer André Waterkeen and the Pollock brothers, it was never meant to stick around, but the public fell in love with it, so it stayed. And then it got better. Between 2004 and 2006, it was fully renovated, transforming into a hybrid museum, exhibition space, and cultural landmark. Inside, you'll find futuristic displays, digital art, and even a restaurant perched in the top sphere with stunning views of Brussels. The whole place feels like stepping into a retro-futuristic time capsule. It's accessible, it's bold, and it pulls in over 500,000 visitors a year. If you've ever wanted to eat lunch inside a supersized atom, well, here's your chance. Number 10. The Longaberger Basket Building. In Newark, Ohio, there's a building that never tries to blend in. It's shaped like a colossal picnic basket. Built in 1997, the Longaberger Basket Building was the brainchild of company founder Dave Longaberger, who wanted their headquarters to look exactly like their best-selling product. And he meant exactly. 7 stories tall, complete with giant handles. Yes, they're heated in winter to melt ice. The structure is as quirky as it is unforgettable. Inside, the atrium rises dramatically beneath a skylight, surrounded by offices and an elegant cherrywood staircase. For years, it operated as the proud home of the Longaberger Company until 2018 when the business closed its doors. But instead of fading into novelty history, the basket got a second life. It's now being converted into a luxury hotel. The charm? Still intact. The curiosity? Strong as ever. It's proof that architecture doesn't have to be boring or safe to last. Sometimes it just needs to be bold and a little weird. Number 9. The Pyramid of Tirana. The Pyramid of Tirana is Albania's ultimate architectural shapeshifter. Built in 1988 as a tribute to dictator Enver Hoxha, this angular concrete monument once symbolized power and control. Then communism collapsed, and the building began a wild second life, hosting everything from NATO operations during the Kosovo War to late-night TV broadcasts. For years, it sat in limbo, weathered and graffitied, until a total reinvention began in 2018. Enter MVRDV, the Dutch architecture firm that flipped the script. By 2023, the structure was reborn as the Tumo Center, a tech, culture, and innovation hub designed for the next generation. Now it hosts creative workshops, events, cafes, and public hangout spaces. You can even climb the sloping exterior and catch sweeping views of Tirana from the top. It's gritty, it's futuristic, and it wears its history like a badge. The pyramid is no longer a relic of the past. It's a launch pad for the future, standing as a symbol of transformation in every possible sense. All right, guys, now let's head over to number 8, Quay Quarter Tower. What started as the 1976 AMP Center in Sydney was never supposed to be a marvel. But between 2018 and 2021, the Quay Quarter Tower underwent a radical transformation that turned it into a modern architectural icon. Standing at 216 meters with 54 floors, the building now twists and stacks in 5 offset blocks, creating a spiraling effect that catches the light and shifts your sense of balance. The design wasn't just about aesthetics, it was also one of the most ambitious upcycling projects in architecture. Over 65% of the original structure was reused, drastically cutting down on construction waste and carbon emissions. The result is a dynamic, energy-efficient tower with sweeping views of the Sydney Opera House and Royal Botanic Garden. Inside, the spaces are open, adaptable, and future-ready. It's bold, sustainable, and visually arresting, a perfect example of what happens when smart engineering meets fearless design. The Kui Quarter Tower doesn't just rise, it evolves. Number 7. China Sky Garden. Shanghai's Sky Garden, often called the 1,000 Trees Project, is exactly what it sounds like, and somehow even cooler than that. Just look at that, we mean? Designed by Thomas Heatherwick, this bold structure brings the forest to the city by topping over 1,000 structural columns with living trees, turning the entire building into a mountain of greenery. From a distance, it looks like a massive vertical garden frozen mid-bloom. Built along Suzhou Creek, it's more than just a looker. The interior blends shops, cafes, restaurants, galleries, and gathering spaces, giving it the heartbeat of a modern urban hub. Walkways wind through lush terraces, and a rooftop deck offers sweeping views of Shanghai. One moment you're shopping, and the next you're on a scenic escape above the city. It's not just for show either. The trees help clean the air, dampen noise, and create microclimates that benefit both people and wildlife. In a concrete-heavy world, the Sky Garden proves architecture can be wild, alive, and shockingly beautiful. Number 6. The Dancing House. The Dancing House in Prague doesn't sit still. It moves, even though it's made of stone and glass. Nicknamed Fred and Ginger, this bold creation by Vlado Milunic and Frank Gehry turns rigid design on its head. Completed in 1996 on the Vltava River's Rashin embankment, it stands where a building once fell during World War II bombings. Its curving, fluid structure is more than a visual statement, it's a symbol of transformation. The contrast between the solid stone tower and the twisting glass facade gives the illusion of a couple caught mid-dance. Inside, it's just as alive, home to a hotel, art gallery, modern restaurant, and office spaces. From the rooftop terrace, you get a full view of Prague's stunning historical skyline, bridging the past with the city's fearless leap into the future. This isn't just architecture, it's choreography in stone and steel. It stands not just as a building, but as a celebration of change, grace, and the refusal to stay static. Number 5. MSG Sphere. This sphere in Las Vegas isn't just a building, it's a full-blown sensory overload. Standing 366 feet tall and stretching 516 feet wide, this massive dome is officially the largest sphere on Earth. But it's not the size that blows people away, it's what it does. The entire exterior is wrapped in LED screens, transforming the skyline into a glowing, animated spectacle visible from miles out. Inside, it's a whole different universe. A 16K wraparound screen wraps the audience in mind-bending visuals while precision audio tracks every movement in the room. With seating for nearly 18,000 and 4D effects like gusts of wind or vibrations timed to music or explosions, the experience feels more like stepping inside a simulation than attending an event. It cost $2.3 billion to bring this beast to life, and since opening in 2023, it's already hosted events that look more like sci-fi dream sequences. If you ever land in Vegas, don't just visit, brace yourself. Number 4. Jinan Civic Art Center. The Jinan Civic Art Center looks like it crash-landed from the future and decided to stay. Designed by Zaha Hadid Architects and completed in 2023, this sprawling cultural complex anchors Jinan's aviation new city with a structure that doesn't follow rules. It rewrites them. 4 distinct buildings, A grand theater, science center, multi-purpose hall, and art museum spiral out from a shared central plaza that feels more like a futuristic town square than a civic facility. Each wing carries its own personality, some light and open, others darker and moodier, but all tied together with bold geometry and sweeping curves. Overhead, steel canopies ripple like wings in motion, inspired by the patterns of birds in flight. Inside, it's all glass, space, and flow, welcoming and futuristic without ever feeling cold. Whether you're there for a concert, exhibition, or science event, the space turns the visit into a visual experience. It's not just a cultural hub, it's a living, breathing monument to Chinese and Chinese artistic ambition. Number 3. Marina Bay Sands. Marina Bay Sands is less of a hotel and more of a jaw-dropping city in the sky. Dominating the Singapore skyline, this architectural beast links 3 55-story towers with a sky-high park stretching across the rooftops. The highlight? That absurdly iconic infinity pool on the 57th floor. It's not just a pool, it's a surreal experience. Swim at the edge, and the entire city feels like it's floating beneath you. Designed by Moshe Safdie, this mega structure holds over 2,500 rooms, a luxury shopping mall, a world-class casino, and even its own art science museum, which is shaped like a lotus. The Sky Park above has jogging trails, gardens, and viewing platforms that make you forget you're hundreds of feet in the air. And when the sun sets, well, the whole place feels like a movie set. Marina Bay Sands isn't just architectural flex, it's Singapore's ultimate symbol of ambition, luxury, and imagination, packed into one soaring masterpiece. Number 2. F&F Tower. Twisting its way into the Panama City skyline like something out of a surreal dream, the F&F Tower doesn't just stand tall, it spirals with style. Nicknamed El Tornillo, or the Screw, this 52-story skyscraper was designed by Pinzón Lozano and Asociados and completed in 2011. Rising 797 feet, the tower spins a full 360 degrees from base to top, with each floor rotating 9 degrees around a solid concrete core. That green-blue glass exterior? It gives the whole structure a glowing emerald effect that looks especially stunning against the city lights at night. Fitting all this onto a tight banking district plot and sticking to a $50 million budget was no easy feat, but somehow they pulled it off. Now it's more than an office building. It's a symbol of bold vision and architectural defiance. In a city filled with standard high-rises, the F&F Tower stands out as if it was never meant to follow the rules in the first place. What do you think about it? Number 1. Habitat 67. Habitat 67 in Montreal looks like a Tetris game gone beautifully wrong. Designed by architect Moshe Safdie for Expo 67, this brutalist-style residential complex turned architecture upside down, literally. Made of 354 identical concrete units stacked in a pyramid-like formation, it rises 12 stories high along the St. Lawrence River. Each unit has its own private terrace, giving it the feel of a suburban home but with the compactness of urban living. The idea was simple but revolutionary: create community, privacy, and connection to nature all in one densely packed design. Originally planned to have 1,200 units, budget cuts left only 146 built, but what remained became iconic. Today, Habitat 67 is more than a place to live. It's a pilgrimage spot for architecture lovers worldwide. Guided tours reveal its wild history, design philosophy, and the unexpected coziness behind the cold concrete exterior. It's not just housing, it's what happens when design dares to be weird, human, and unforgettable. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.